By the end of this week, Michigan Tech and NMU will be facing off against each other for the first time this season. So this morning, Ansley Watson is at Michigan Tech to tell us more how the Huskies are getting ready. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. That's right. So the Huskies are heading into Friday's game with an overall record of 1 win, 5 losses, and 2 ties. Now, of course, it's still very, very early in the season, but they play here at home on Friday against NMU, then are traveling to Marquette on Saturday to play them again. Later in the hour, we're going to meet up with one of the assistant coaches, talk about what the Huskies need to do to prepare for these weekend games. Not only that, there's a lot of exciting celebration taking place on Friday's game as well, as they're inducting the 1975 NCAA National Champ team and a couple of players into the Sports Hall of Fame. So we'll talk more about that, have details about that later in the hour. Stay with us. Reporting live in Houghton, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, sounds like a big weekend. Thank you very much, Ansley. And for those of us who have been waiting for the weather to change, it's definitely not going to go back. Welcome back. The Michigan Tech Huskies are preparing for Friday's game against NMU for the first rival hockey game of the season. Ansley Watson is up at Tech this morning telling us more about the big game. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. So the arena looks a little empty right now, but come Friday, I know these stands are going to be full and full of energy, and it's going to be a really great game against NMU. Joining me this morning is Coach Joe Shawhan. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for coming over. Appreciate
it. No problem. So Friday, big first rival game against NMU. How do you think you guys are going to do?
Well, we're good. We're glad to be home. We've been on the road 6 of our first 8 games, and so we have great following here. They're, our fan base is really part of our team. The community is part of our team, so it adds a lot to us to be home. So we're excited to be here, and we're excited for the opportunity to play Northern and get things going in conference play.
We're 1 month in, kind of a rocky start for the Huskies here at the very beginning. What are you guys seeing that you need to work on throughout the rest of the season?
Well, our game's coming together. We played some tough series. We played some games on the road. 6 of our 8 games have been against at least top 15 ranked teams and mostly top 10 ranked teams. I think Michigan this weekend was 11. So we're learning some good lessons. Guys are coming on one by one. We don't have the record that we'd like to have, but I think our quality of play has been pretty good, and it's gotten better. And our last 4 specifically, we've been pretty good. We had our 2 at home where we beat and tied Huntsville, but we played well in those games. And last weekend at Michigan, I thought we played really well. Didn't get the result that we wanted. We had the lead in the 3rd period on Saturday, gave it up late and got a tie game. But that's happened a few times this year. We're happy with where the team is coming and the growth that we're having right now.
Talk more about going down to Ann Arbor. I mean, Michigan is a huge team. What was that like for the guys to play against that team overall?
Well, actually, we played really well in the series. They were opportunistic. Their talent level is good, but the environment is good, like you said. But, really no different than playing here. We have a great fan base that challenges anybody, and we're actually on the bench. You can notice our fan base down there, even in Yost Arena, in a big arena filled with supposedly their fans. It's unique with Michigan Tech that our fan base is our traveling fan base is great. So we feel that presence even on the road. It was good. We played an exceptional series, and I think Michigan would probably, if you ask them, feel fortunate that they came out with a win and a tie, and we feel that we should have had a better fate than just a tie. With the quality of play that we had. But it was a lot of fun. It was exciting, and we're looking forward to this weekend having the same type of environment.
Well, on Friday, like I said, the game against NMU is here, home, and then you guys will be traveling to Marquette on Saturday. We'll talk more about that later in the hour. Stay with us. Reporting live in Houghton, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. And as we're getting ready for the day, that is going to be a big weekend in both schools, so it's going to be great.
Yes, a lot of stuff going on this weekend, preparing for Halloween and such, and things look to be about average and fairly quiet as we
welcome back. This Friday night, home ice for Michigan Tech will be hot as they take on the NMU Wildcats. This morning, Ansley Watson is at Michigan Tech telling us how they're getting ready for this big weekend's game. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Yes, exciting stuff. Friday night, this place is going to be packed and just ready to go, ready to see a good game against NMU. Joining me this morning is assistant coach, Coach Joe Shawhan. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
One question.
Yeah.
Are you and the rest of the team ready for this weekend's games?
Well, we'll get there by Friday night. We have a week to build up, to do our prep work and to build up, so we'll be ready Friday.
I was going to say, what are some of those key things that you think that the team will be working on through this week for these weekend games?
Well, the games against Northern are always highly competitive, so you have to make sure that you stress that to the team, that it's going to be a physical series, and games are highly contested. The new guys have never really felt the emotion that goes into the rivalry, you know, so they have to learn that a little bit, that it's not a problem for the older guys. But the biggest thing is that they're highly competitive games. The teams go at it pretty good. Last week against Michigan, as an example, wasn't a tremendously physical game. It was more of a faster series. This week will be more of a grind. The games will be they'll be physical, they'll be exciting. So,
what are those players? Who are those players that are kind of stepping up, leading the team?
I love our senior class. I really do. Our senior class has done a great job of leading by example. They've carried us. Reed Sturls has done a tremendous job. Hainanen's done an exceptional job for us. Chris Leibinger has done a great job playing forward and D. Mike Neville at center's done an outstanding job. So our seniors have really done their part, and I do like our freshman class. They're starting to emerge as getting more ice time. A couple of freshmen scored last weekend for us against Michigan. They're doing a good job. So I think our freshmen are beginning to learn the concepts of what we do here and bring in our technique, the way that we play on a more consistent basis. And our seniors have done a great job. And we're still waiting for our juniors and sophomores really right now to step it up. But last weekend they're showing signs as well as bringing it a little bit more.
Well, there will be a lot of excitement here Friday night, just not only for the game, but there is also an induction to a Sports Hall of Fame going on. 1975 double NCAA, there we go, national championship team. They're getting inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. What's that going to be like?
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun here. You know, again, this is Houghton's a little bit of a throwback community, so the people here. Again, they're just so entrenched into the hockey team, and it's very much like Northern Michigan, old campuses, over 100 years old, and the difference is that Michigan Tech hockey goes way back. And so, you know, I was talking to some people in Ann Arbor last week, and that are coming up to the games because they remember. I mean, one guy was going through every play of the last
Really?
4 or 5 weeks of that season, though, the run and what happened, and that John McGinnis, his father, passed away, so he missed a late series against Minnesota and everything that happened. So they live it, and they remember the people. There'll be a couple of key people into the Hall of Fame. Scott White will be inducted in the Hall of Fame from that team. I know so he'll be in town he's an assistant GM for the Dallas Stars. So there'll be excitement with that, plus the 75 team, and I actually know a couple guys off that team from Sault Ste. Marie where I grew up. Mike Zook will be in town for that, and he was a longtime NHLer with St. Louis Blues. He was on that team. Growing up in Sault Ste. Marie, at one time the Lake Superior State University was Sault Tech. It was a 2-year version of Michigan Tech.
Really?
So a lot of people from our area came to Michigan Tech. They'd do a couple years or do a year or whatever, and then come over here. So we got to know, the team that we would follow before Lake State really got going was Michigan Tech. So it'll be exciting for all of us.
Describe the atmosphere. What it's going to be like in here on Friday night?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, we fill a building every game. It's the thing to do, and that's when you have a community that's like that, where the thing to do is to go to Friday and Saturday hockey games. It's really enjoyable. I enjoy coming to the rink. I enjoy going up and seeing the students line up to get their tickets. I like to bring pizza up to them and pass some pizzas out to them before the game, because they're sitting there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon waiting to get their tickets.
Wow.
Because there's only so many student tickets that are available. Sold out virtually every game, and the whole athletic department's like that. So. It's a lot of fun. I told you earlier when we were off camera, you should come to a game. It's a great environment. It's really a crazy, festive time with the Mitch's Misfits and everything that goes on. It's a lot of fun.
All right, Coach. Well, Friday night here at 7, NMU versus Tech, and then on Saturday, same thing at NMU. So thanks for being with us
Great.
this morning.
Thanks a lot for making the drive up. Appreciate it.
Of course. Reporting live in Houghton, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.